But in my own head, it's really hard for me to rationalise, like, why do I... We both enjoy playing, and so why don't we just play in our front rooms, or why do a gig? But I suppose a gig is more of a buzz, but is that buzz because of the music, or is it like a personal endeavour, or is it because of... what's the actual reason for doing any of it?
You're supposed to be answering questions here, not asking them.
I don't know why we gig, I don't know why we play songs in front of people. I've got zero stage presence. We're playing music. I'm not here to look good on stage.
If Vidal Sassoon contacted you and wanted you to use one of your songs on your advert and paid you £5 million,
No, I wouldn't take £5 million to write or get a song used on an advert.
sometimes I suppose it feels like it's a, you know, like those self-help groups or group counselling or something. I suppose that has something, sort of an edge on it, is that you hope someone will relate to what you're doing or what you're singing or what you're saying in a song or what you're demonstrating, and that you hope that someone will get something out, someone watching will get something out of that you were able to stand up in front of people and just like basically wear your heart on your sleeve and say what you needed to say. Why come all the way to Berlin and do it? Because I fucking can, I suppose.
Coming next, I Am 3, a local band.
So what we heard from the very acceptably anarchic I Am 3. We heard Not Funny Anymore, which was their talky bit.
Yeah, I like the talky bits in albums.
You wanna be famous for not being famous, for doing anything. Wanna be famous for not being famous for this. You wanna be famous for not being famous for doing anything. You wanna be famous for not being famous for this.
This show is sponsored by Dixie.
Dixie and Mommycast, the perfect combination for the busy mom.
Well, we should wrap this up. Let's leave everybody with a song.
Wonderful stuff. That was I Am 3 and famous for being famous.
And hasn't that guy got a voice?
He's got a great voice.
It's a beautiful voice. It's just brilliant.
Irv's going to explain now what's happened.
We've been invited to do an interview on BBC Radio 1, but there's a catch, and it's that only one of us is allowed to be on radio for some reason, something to do with chairs or headphones or something like that. So we fabricated a story, you can see. Ensuring that both of us get in and on radio, or none of us, I suppose.
I don't know how this is going to play out.
This is a new song called Not Sick of Summer by I Am 3.
Which I totally am not.
No, me neither.
Hope you like it.
Yeah, have a great day. We'll be talking to you soon.
Got a love-hate relationship with Manchester as a city. I love it, but musically nobody gives a shit. We could play here every night and nobody comes to see us, nobody bothers listening to us, nobody buys any CDs. We've sold more CDs in any one European place that we've played, both when we're gigging and afterwards, than in every single gig we've ever done in Manchester. Being on radio is interesting because we play live sets to people who are listening who wouldn't necessarily come to see our gigs, but the inane questions the DJs ask are pretty much, how did you guys get your name? Who writes your stuff? How do you know when you finish writing a song?
The news is coming up in around about 8 seconds. Who writes your stuff, by the way?
If he sings it, he writes it. If I sing it, I write it.
Alright, I just wondered, do you write it with this kind of combination of kind of instruments in mind? Because is it odd? Double bass and guitar?
The most amusing thing about Ludlow was that there was a massive crowd, we were getting paid loads of money, and nobody was fucking listening to anything we were playing. And when you're playing personal songs, like waltzes or no other, and nobody's listening and everybody's sat drinking beer, it's a bit disheartening.
When I first heard No Other, it made the hair stand up on the back of my neck. It was just like, just seemed like such a tribute to someone who's really special to Irv.
some emails, some answers, but more asking why. What's up, I'm asked, I look about to cry. It's because you're still grieving that you focus on these things, not done with believing in this. You're made like no other, love you like a brother, but I don't know what to say to all this. Predictions are different if some don't come true. There's fakers, fools and liars. Which one do you choose? I listed, won't twist it. The outcome is true. Beliefs are all the things which can't be proved.
Ludlow. Upon arriving in Ludlow, we saw quite a lot of BMP posters. But usually you only see the BMP posters and not the BMP supporters. But last night we got embroiled in a lengthy discussion in a pub which everybody voted BMP, which really wasn't good. Because it was like going into a nunnery saying, God doesn't exist, guys. Who wants to discuss that?
I've never been in that situation before. I found it quite disturbing.
Yeah, we had to leave for not being ready.
I don't think I'll ever come back to Ludlow. What about you? It shows that, you know, this part of Britain, it needs confronting. That was the weirdest part of the conversation. If I said, if you saw a black man drowning, would you lend him a hand? And he was like, no.
I'd have to see his birth certificate.
And I don't know how Europe came about, we just somehow...
How did that come about?
I have no idea how that came about. Somehow we said we will do some gigs in Europe, I don't know. And then all of a sudden we had lots of gigs lined up and we played lots of dates in Europe.
To be honest, a lot of it is just about having fun and doing something new and not trying to do anything. Everything just seems to come quite naturally, and that's the kind of where I feel that we're at right now, really.
The first two tracks from I Am 3 is taken from Never Too Late, Except When It Is. Yeah,
I like that too.
Figure that out.
I do like that.
Okay, I'm glad.
That's very
You're looking
profound.
very smiley.
That was I Am 3. Come and see you. Have you got any gigs coming up?
Well, we're planning on doing some European dates.
Brilliant.
In cafes and bookshops and libraries and things.
Perfect for that kind of stuff, isn't it? What you reckon?
Various countries.
Yeah. WFM 97.2, JSFCUK.com, the Glorious Swanson fan club. Oh, we're in, we're back. I Am 3 are here. So Irving has actually got a full double bass here. How does that happen in your life, that you end up playing a double bass?
I don't know, I've only been playing it since February.
Do you love that bass? Do you love playing it?
I love this bass.
Do you want me to tell you something about the gig we went to? When we went to your gig, true this, we watched your set, obviously, it's really good. And my girlfriend said to me, "Did you see that bass player?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "He loves playing that." I said, "How do you know he loves playing it?" She said, "I could tell the way he kind of was putting his ear to it while he was playing it."
This is central Berlin. I'm going to revolve 360 degrees. The main junction of 5 roads, and there isn't one fucking street sign anywhere.
Basically, you left me to go flyering yesterday. The famous last words were, "Whatever you do the flyering and don't get wasted." 4 hours later, you get back to the hotel and I've been brought back in an ambulance.
Come on, get up and have a coffee. Sober up.
Yeah,
I'll get up in the next 45 seconds and have a coffee.
in 5 minutes.
Just look, you got pissed at 9 AM, you got brought home in an ambulance.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
You are
5 minutes.
You are a typical Brit abroad.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You're the
Yeah,
typical.
you are.
Even worse, you're the typical Manchester Brit abroad. You got lured in by 40-cent lager, drank as much of it as possible.
Right, okay, that's good.
Wow, the typical
funny,
Brit
though.
abroad.
No, of course, it wasn't funny for me either.
No, and I'm sure it wouldn't be funny if someone else got hit by a car and the ambulance was bringing a pissed Brit back to a hostel because he drank too much lager from 9 in the morning onwards.
It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that at all. I went and handed out the rest of the flyers.
Right.
Met some guys from Berlin. Hung out with those for a while.
Not those winos in the park. Those winos in the park?
And then
You started drinking with the winos in the park?
And then,
you did, didn't you?
Had a split with them.
I knew it. That's why you're fucked.
For fuck's sake!
No, I'm fine, I'm fine.
You sat drinking with the winos in the park, didn't you? Those ones that looked like they were 45-year-old heavy metal fans.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who you were drinking with.
So it didn't go that far.
Well, that's exactly where I left you, that street.
So anyhow, it wasn't that. What happened was I
drank too much cheap lager and got wasted.
No, then I fell asleep on in a bush.
Because you were wasted?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, how many times have we had that? I'm not going to smoke and drink because I get wasted.
I was just like, oh, I'll have a bit of a snooze. And then the next thing I know, there was just this guy with a wheelchair saying, what's your name? So I said, oh, my name's Bleeding Hands. 2 hours ago I was in an ambulance. Now I'm playing again.
And you're still wasted.
I'm not wasted.
You are wasted.
No, I'm not.
You are wasted.
Not in that way. I'm wasted.
But you're wasted in the way that I can see that you're wasted.
I'm wasted, drugs wasted.
Yeah, but you're
not wasted, drunk wasted. Felix wants to give me marijuana, then I'm not gonna...
It's nothing to do with Felix.
It's Felix's fault.
No, it's not Felix's fault. Don't be any more wasted than you already are.
Look,
right, you've got
gonna get
just because you have free drinks and beers are 40 cents doesn't mean you have to drink them all the time. Don't get wasted. Get wasted after the game.
It's cheaper to buy a beer than a cola.
Get wasted after
I'm not
the
wasted.
game.
I'm not wasted. I'll admit that I am stoned, but I'm not wasted, drunk.
You came home in a fucking ambulance.
Listen, man. Could you work that out? If you were lost in Berlin,
what?
Could you work out how to get home? Could you work out how to like get free?
No, because I wouldn't get completely fucking trashed when I was on my own without a map. Falling asleep in a book doesn't help.
I'm annoyed because he thinks I'm wasted, but I'm not. I'm just.
I don't think you're wasted. I know you're wasted.
Well, now I'm stoned.
Well, stop fucking taking drugs when people offer you them.
I can't stop taking them.
You can't just because it's fucking offered and it's free doesn't mean you have to have it.
Stoned is good wasted though.
It's not good wasted. It's
positive for music.
It's positive when you think it's good. You enjoy it, but you sound a lot slower and lethargic.
Okay, help me out on the lyrics.
Right, go on through stuff.
Okay,
and then we'll have a sound check.
Finish the coffee.
Try to take the reins and lead me somewhere better. And I try to keep on moving on. And I try to settle up all the things that I've intended. And I try. Do 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 do.
Thank you.
You didn't look too bad, but you know, stage presence. You've got no stage presence.
Your stage presence was rubbish.
I wasn't even on stage.
Exactly.
Let me explain that. Dzień dobry. Jak się masz? We are called Amateur. We come all the way from Manchester to perform for you this evening.
In a car.
Wondering what could leads nowhere to go. No, I'll listen to a million agenda. go 3,000 miles to find the best kept secret can be kept. Doesn't have to be scientific, directionless, it must confess to you at best. You're lagging behind, but you're most prolific. Salivate, calibrate all the answers to your queries. Another day I can say I'll reciprocate the theories. Elemental pizza from Quebec to Lapland. You have to discuss the past, cause the future hasn't happened. Shutting lives and council homes, overdrafts and mobile phones, imbecile music, fitness, fuck respect from your peers. Leave it unattended and I'll steal it. The future's mine, wanna know how it's why this council knows to read the good Stein. Getting my thread about all the things you can't control. It's on a roll, it's in your hands, so don't just show me what you've got. Anonymous, ominous, thinking lots to say, lots to see. By the way, animosity has to be boss of the law. Don't care about your seat, but I don't mean you can happily take your jewelry and white lines on foolery with you. I confess this, I'm restless and breathless from singing. If I was the drummer, I'd go. So go ahead and store paper ringtones and iPhones. Be a bore, a common whore who don't amount to anything hip. Never fit in, I sit in and think. You have to be a dick to want to be part of a clique. You know I'm spoken to, show the thought and listening by the boat. Some kind of passion attaching to semi meaning to what I mean. Dedicated fools of fashion, trashing on styles is timing. The ego of a little, he's collecting 17. Counting the corner, all the troubles in the shoe. Somewhere along the line, we all forgot what we were doing. Now we're putting on some weight and showing nobody's in the books. Wisdom of the pets and divulge to you and we like it's just like what's left to do the thought of. We forgot what things we never thought of. It's just wish I knew what we had to say. We knew things were good. We just wanted to get the good balls in front of it. I don't know the summer.
reason why I look so sad is because we've crashed into a Polish guy.
I think we wrecked his car a little bit, but he wrecked our car a lot more. And we seem to have a bent axle and can't steer.
Basically, we have to wait now for 15 more minutes until the UK insurance office is open as well, and ring to find out what's going to happen.
If we're really optimistic, they might straighten it, and we get to LaPager, play a storming gig, sell hundreds of CDs. Andy gets a blowjob.
The main reason is I'm upset is because LaPager was my best chance of getting laid on this tour. Oh my god. They're prepared to help us out, and that's what's important.
So we're doing a whoring private room gig.
Some guys who want to help us out.
Come on, boys. A small request from the man up here in the bunk bed. He said, any chance of nostalgia again?
As a final encore.
As a final encore.
Pigeon and I try.
Yeah, guys, I hope this doesn't sound bad, but you're fucking way too good to be playing up here.
Should we be on the 6th?
No. It's just when he said to us he'd come and play for us, and when we asked him to come up and play, jeez, to be honest, I didn't think you were going to be this good. You're fucking ridiculous.
Okay.
What were you doing here?
Pigeon.
Okay, yes. Pigeons.
Pigeons.
Yeah.
That's like the pigeon.
Ready?
Yeah.
I'm loving this.
Pigeon, sleeping, dreaming of pecking. Nothing tastes good when you're born without taste buds. Water's murky, but the dog's all dirty. Restless herders, living off burgers. Absolutely thirsty, but like no one else in corners. Feathers falling down while we just fret about the seals. Pigeon sitting, always not fitting. Never eat them. Throw seed in the hands and bread on the street for them. Water's murky, but the dub's all dirty. Restless herders, living off burgers.
Thoughts on Berlin?
I think it was the worst gig. Not the worst gig playing we've ever played, but the worst
Crowd.
audience of nobody listening to. Although maybe in the future this will go down as like the Sex Pistols gig at the Free Trade Hall, where everyone will say, yeah, I was there, generator. Yeah, I went home that night and formed a band. And it was a legendary gig. I was there, everyone was there.
There was one guy paying attention who really loved it.
I was so confident nobody would buy a CD that I agreed to match from my own pocket every CD that Andy sold.
So one.
So if you're planning on playing to an audience of 14-year-old Dutch teenagers, I wouldn't bother really. Varied set of gigs ever. This we've played a shitty racist folk festival, food festival, a crappy club in Manchester, a cafe,
a aged rock venue, in someone's bedroom, some Irish guy's bedroom.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an exciting time.
Why do I always look like 2 foot smaller than you?
I'd say this tour is more of a roller coaster ride than last tour.
The first European tour just involved so much driving, you wouldn't believe it. The whole thing is just in this 30-second segment in my head of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different locations, none of which I know where they are or when they are, and just doing many, many, many gigs.
Been touring for nearly a week, have no groupie action whatsoever. So disappointed. What's the point in being in a rock band if you don't have groupies?
Why are you allowed to look at the camera but I'm not?
Yeah, good point.
I'm delighted to welcome I Am 3 into the studio. Andy and Irving, welcome, and a pleasure to meet you. First of all, you're going to sing for us in a moment, and again later on, which is wonderful. But tell me a bit about yourselves. How long have you been playing for a start?
We've been together exactly a year, and in that year, what have we done?
I don't know, you tell me.
We've recorded...
I was rather hoping you'd tell me.
We've recorded a couple of CDs, and we've toured Europe, and we've been on the radio a couple of times, and...
Wow, that's fantastic. Where were you in Europe? Where were you in Europe?
I had a 10-day stint in Europe, and we were in Antwerp and Brussels and lots of other places.
Andy, who's been the biggest influence on you so far, would you say?
I'm a very big music fan, so I listen to a lot of unsigned bands and go to a lot of band nights, that kind of thing. So I tend to like pillage and steal things from those people, really.
No, you're influenced by. No, you don't steal. You're influenced by.
Influences.
You've just been listening to I Am 3, Irving and Andy, and you've got a new album out. How fantastic. Tell me about it.
It hasn't got a name yet.
Give it a name.
No,
at some point. That'd be an advantage, wouldn't it?
We've not decided on a name yet. We're just finishing mixing all the tracks.
Excellent stuff.
We have about 18 tracks of varying genres and styles, which sound nothing like we usually do live.
Irv begins a sentence starting, "You should have seen the colour of my piss." So basically, man, we get to Brussels, we rock up, we rock out. No! Cumulative piss contained in all of the bottles of piss in all of those trucks there.
Yeah.
It's enough to fill
it's the same
20 Olympic swimming pools.
It's enough to cover the surface area of the moon.
So man, we get to Brussels, we rock up, we rock on, and then we rock out. In the morning through the music, I'm singing from my soul. If you're laughing at me, it's alright, 'cause I don't care at all. I got a feeling this is my lucky day. Yeah, yeah. Well, my heart is beating loud, so it's okay. Monkey bonnets in the jungle, superheroes in the sky, and the raindrops on a sunny day, yeah, they make me feel alright. Monkey bonnets in the jungle, superheroes in the sky, and the raindrops on a sunny day, they make me feel alright. first time that I met Irv was didn't actually really meet him. He just left a calling card for me at a revised bar. I've still got that actually somewhere in a little box with all the stuff that Irv's ever given me that I'm like in front of the shrine that I've got to him in my house.
I first saw Bleeding Hands at the Night and Day Cafe where he was playing with a load of metal bands and screaming to fuck. Screaming and bawling one of his songs, which was louder than the metal band that were playing, and they were quite annoyed.
I think, and then obviously intrigued by the mystery of the calling card, there isn't really a shrine, by the way. Anyway, intrigued by the calling card, I followed it up, gave him a call, said he'd bought a double bass, fancy a jam, that kind of stuff. And I think by the time we'd first jammed, he actually had a first gig booked. I think before we'd even actually played together. So that was a bit weird.
Nothing better in the city, one tarmac, sitting on grass, sipping coffee, thinking how the time goes past. Nothing but time to hang around, and people stuck in traffic with the windows down. All in a different race, this overcrowded place. Lay back and say that it's all good. Chewing ice and watching skaters skate, while battery-powered epilators epilate. There's no good reason to stay inside at all. Clear head in the sky, hit the street. Aroma of Corona is so sickly sweet. For dreary strangers walking in line, your weather-driven people can be warm sometime. 20 degrees, 20 degrees, 20 degrees, 20 degrees, 20 degrees, 20 degrees. And if it looks like meat and smells like meat, your look is in. Tastes like meat, it's probably soy flavoring. It's probably soy flavoring. Not sick of summer no more. Not sick of summer no more. Sick of summer no more. Not sick of summer no more. Not sick of summer no more.
You realise I blame you entirely, seeing as though I can't see the petrol gauge.
Basically running on fumes, and I'm hardly pressing the accelerator just to try and maintain. I can feel if I pressed it, then that would be the end of our fuel.
And you put it in neutral?
No! 2 kilometres, I might just make it. Oh my god, it's actually on empty. 150 metres. Oh my god. Usain Bolt could be there in 9 seconds. Yeah, alright, the only reason we're moving now is because we're going downhill. Just rolling now, basically. Just on absolute fumes. That's it, there's nothing left in the tank. I'm pressing the accelerator, nothing's happening. Okay, we're just going to basically coast up to the pump. This is...
except when it is. It's never sufficient for me. It's never too late, except when it is. It's never sufficient for me. It's never too late, except when it is. It's never sufficient for me.
Night time's like a roller coaster.
Not night time's like a roller coaster.
Oh, baby.
It's your song.
Night time's like a roller coaster.
It isn't that at all. Night time's like a roller coaster.
Oh yeah. What? Why can't?
Not only can you not sing.
Night time's like a roller coaster.
No, it's not that at all.
Night time's like a roller coaster, daytime after daytime, and the years slip by. Without you running through my veins, you came along, ease my pain and again. I guess I liked you quite a lot. Well, this strange addiction, it's just the words you say. My loving, it comes too easy, so goodbye. Strange addiction.
It's called Dachschrecken. Don't forget.
Who came the furthest destination?
I came from North London.
We came from Dusseldorf.
Don't you ever say you're not worth it, not worth it, not worth it. Don't you ever say you're not worth it, not worth it, not worth it. Don't you ever say you're not worth it, not worth it, not worth it. Don't you ever say you're not worth it, not worth it, not worth it.
Thank you. Whilst he's tuning his guitar, I will take this moment to say we have CDs for sale for, I don't know, £4. If you liked us, we have CDs for sale. If you didn't like us, we have blank CDs for sale, and you can just burn some music you like on. They're £4 as well.
See, I gave up sort of learning covers and learning some twatted and Porsches over there. What's shut up! Christ's sake, I'm trying to make a rockumentary here. I gave up learning covers a long time ago and just sort of started playing what was in my head rather than what I'd kind of heard. And so my angle's always been from kind of being very loose and quite raw on the guitar, and trying to do something new, perhaps, mainly with a view to getting a lot of passion out, and that's my kind of thing, is to sorry, just some fucking chav.
I don't think we ever really fit in wherever we play. If we play in a cafe, we're too loud for a cafe. If we play in a pub, we're too quiet for a pub. If we play in a club, we're not a band. I don't think we found the ideal venue for us to play at yet, or the ideal audience. But it's good searching for that place and time.
Years at least I saw Sunday spiral roses 808 a Monday, strange way fashion dancing round barefoot, Joe blocks and stupid fucking actors putting on accents when you ain't got none. 12-inch massive kick and sort of top one. Now suddenly everyone's a mag. I reckon back into another whip of wagon. You were all bummed out and trying to play guitar. Drum machines about the size of a car. Ecstasy makes sun sound better than they are. Didn't love a bit, didn't even woo me. Manchester, it meant nothing to me. You learn 3 chords and then you make a record. Spend more time pissing with a deck. Oh, this album's mint. I said I didn't sound it 'cause I didn't do drugs, and the music all sound shit. Shoegaze gigs fail to impress me. Girls off their tits trying to undress me. 2 weeks later the single sounds dated. 5 years and also overrated. You were all bummed out and trying to play guitar. Drum machines about the size of a car. Ecstasy makes songs sound better than they are. Didn't love a bit, didn't even woo me. Manchester, it meant nothing to me.